Tenemos el lujo de compartir este momento con una leyenda del jazz, con el gran baterista Billy Cobham, que está acá en la Argentina en el marco de una gira muy especial que está haciendo por el 40 aniversario de su disco emblema Spectrum.
Argentina chose me. I am quite honored that I would be given the opportunity to perform to audiences in various provinces around Argentina. The music of my mind from 40 plus years ago. That's amazing. I'm just very happy that I have the opportunity to do something like this.
What do you think about jazz and tango fusion? Do you like it?
I like it very much, but I like it from a person who is ignorant of how it is. And so it's more like, again, why is that? You know, how do they do this? You know, well, Piazzolla, where'd that come from? And it's off the hook, incredible, but you know, when I listen to him and Gary Burton, I just go, okay, how'd you get there? Now I have to go back again and check it again. And that's where I am. It's still back and forth. Oh, wow, not really? No. Well, I'll put it back, you know, and that's where I am. To think that I'm here in the land of Astor Piazzolla and actually playing in Mar del Plata, it's crazy. Never believed that it'll ever happen.
What's the best session of your life?
It hasn't happened yet. Yeah, I would imagine that it continues to grow. There have been lots of good times and times where never a bad time. Just things just continue to happen. There are ideas, things that are coming. I have orchestral recordings that are coming now that I've done. You never know. Everything's still developing.
You have played in the early days with the best ones, with Miles Davis and John McLaughlin. Is there any artist you would love to play with and you haven't done yet?
Yes, but and I know that that probably won't happen, but we'll see. And that's Joni Mitchell. She's beyond favorite of mine. I love to listen to what she does. You should. There's some videos of her with just dobro and singing. How do you do that? I don't know.
Amelia, dreams and false alarms.
I want to ask you about B.B. King and what did you feel when you knew about his death?
Sorry, but also understanding that he had a very highly eventful life. The way that he passed away, I still have some questions about, because I think that if he had at least the right chance, I don't know, that's how little I know, he'd probably still be here and maybe could have eclipsed 100 years old. It's just that kind of person.
I'm free now, baby. I'm free from your spell.
Do you think he had any significant influence in jazz by being the king of blues?
Well, he never was the king of blues. He had a brother named Albert, who also had a name King. They all had something to do with what this music format is, and not to mention everybody else that came before them. So king of, I don't think so, no. But a great, great, great impact and influence on the music that's called, actually, Black American music.
What music do you listen at home?
That's a great question. These days, we were just listening to something. There's a funny band with a strange name, and they've got a great idea. They bring their own audience. The band's called Snarky Puppy.
Snarky Puppy?
Yeah, have you ever heard of it?
No.
Check it out.
Never had.
Check it out.
if you have seen Whiplash.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Did you like it?
No, because I think it's an aberration. And I think that what was presented sent the wrong message. It's not like that. It's not like that.
What do you remember about your early days when you were learning to play drums and you went to musical school?
I remember that I was taught by my peers, not by this teacher. The best lessons were the lessons that you learned outside of school. The teacher was the end product, the person who's sort of conducting things. But we went to school and listened to a lot of records and came back. We listened not just to jazz, we listened to Stravinsky, we listened to Beethoven, we listened to anything that made sense to us at the time. We were also in the city orchestra of New York, student orchestra, and we took that stuff seriously. And our conductor was Maestro Leonard Bernstein, who was a flute player who played jazz. So I mean, it's like, this is a joke. This is a bad joke, and it sends the wrong message, because life's not like that. And when you're in New York City, you don't need to have a teacher. No, there is no teacher that would ever do that. Why? Because they are busy trying to get work for themselves and keep up with the best musicians in the world, which are there. That's the mecca of it all. And it hasn't changed in almost 100 years. And the reason is because everybody comes there. They know that the standard is very, very high. I've been on recording sessions. I've even been kicked off of sessions because I lied. I said I could do something that I couldn't, and I only got one chance. And behind me may have been someone like Steve Gadd or Peter Erskine or somebody else like that who would come in and play. As I'm leaving, they were setting up. And the same thing happened to me on the other side. So it's about that message sent in that movie. I don't think so. No, either you can play or you can't. And the way that you play depends on what the conductor or the producer of the recording or the project requires. Only they will tell. So music can be interpreted in many different ways. The last thing you need is somebody throwing a chair at you to tell you that doesn't work. That's sending the wrong message.
Have you ever had a crisis with the drums?
No, never. Why? Because it's my chance to have happiness each day. When I play it, I play the drums because I know I'm going to have a good time. Never to compete with anyone. Never to play faster than, longer than, stronger than. No. This is about sharing my feelings. The last thing I want to do is to be competitive. I just want to play the best that I can for me. That's it.
You're also a teacher. And who was your first student?
A young lady by the name of Sheila Escovedo. She actually played in the band with a guitar player named Prince. You ever hear of him? That's Sheila E.
Which album or artist would you recommend to a person that wants to listen to jazz for the first time?
Listen to Spectrum 40, which is the most recent album of mine. Listen to Spectrum, which is the first album I made. Listen to Crosswinds, which is the second album I made. Listen to Total Eclipse, which is the third album I made. Well, she asked me. You get a lot out of it. Cn23. Ciao.